welcome everybody. I'll go ahead and just kind of welcome all of you. My name is Robert Craven. I'm the Educational Technology Coordinator here for Saddleback Valley Unified School District. So on behalf of Aliso Elementary and iEngage in the district, it's a pleasure to have all of you here today. We really do appreciate you making time to come out and come down. And I think we'll have a great visit for you over the next hour or so if you're going to some of the classrooms. So you obviously are all here to see the iEngage and what we're doing with iPods. And what I'll do, I'll give you a little bit of a background on the program and then we'll head over to the classroom. I think Kristen's going to join us here in just a minute as well. So Crystal Turner, who's the principal here at iEngage, typically would be doing the whole little spiel and welcome right now, but she just had her baby on Sunday, and so we didn't want to drag her back and make her come in today, so we thought it would be nice. So she's at home having a great time, I'm sure, and we're here to welcome you. Crystal always likes to say that she's been here now, this is the end of her third year, and when she first started at the school, they gave her the keys like 2 days before school and said, hey, you're going to be the principal over at Aliso, and you guys are in program improvement, and we'll see you later, bye. And kind of left her, and that was her first staff meeting is, I'm the new principal, and we're in program improvement. And so that was an interesting conversation, I'm quite certain. And then came around about 2 years ago now, not quite 2 years ago, in September of 2009, I came into the district. I'd been at the county. I came down to the district, and one of the very first things I did was I took a group of principals, Crystal being one of them, down to see the iRead program in Escondido, because one of the reasons I came down here to Saddleback from the county was I wanted to get mobile programs going. They wanted to do some of that, so it just worked out really well. They said, oh, you have to take Crystal, she's great, she's in her second year now as a principal, she's going to be a great person, she gets technology. So Crystal went down with me and a couple other principals, saw the program, and this was literally about my second week in the district, got back up, and Crystal called me within an hour of getting back to the district and say, hey, I already have it approved for my first cart, my first lab of money, I have a teacher that's on board, and we're ready to go. And so we went ahead and ordered, and we began the program essentially in November of 2009. So just a year and a half ago now, roughly. And it's seen really great success. And it's grown from a single classroom in Kristen Thompson's classroom. You'll meet Kristen in just a second. She was a 4th, 5th grade combo teacher last year. So it's grown from her single classroom to now every 3rd grade through 6th grader at the school has access to an iPod throughout the day that they're using here on the campus. So the program's really expanded. It's 9 classrooms now. And at the lower levels, we are using, you guys see right on the handout there, I give you the handout, the iPod Shuffle. We're using that now at the lower level in the 1st grade for the students, the EL students. There's a large EL population here. We'll talk about that in a moment. But for those students, we're using that. Those shuffles go home on Monday along with their weekly reader, and then they bring those back on Friday. They get charged and synced with the new content for that week. And so what happens is during the week, each of those 1st graders at home now has an English speaker that they can listen to reading the story to them, whereas when they were at home previously, they wouldn't have an English language speaker in the house, and they'd be struggling to read. So we're really excited about that. We've seen some great results from that. One of Crystal's favorite stories, and so I'll tell it, is that the first week, they sent those iPod Shuffles home, and the Shuffle has great battery life. It does nothing more than just audio, and the battery will last, I don't know, probably 20 hours or so. And I think she said it was Wednesday or Thursday morning, one of the parents comes back and says, oh, there's a problem, with the iPod Shuffle. What are you talking about? Let's check, and that should last a long time, and they're a simple device, so there shouldn't be any problem. And she looks, and the battery's dead. She's like, well, has your daughter been using it a lot? And she's like, oh, well, she started using it on the way home from school on Monday, and, we took the earphones out when she fell asleep on Monday night, and then it's pretty much a replication of that the entire week. And so we're really excited to see. We've already seen some great results, evidently, in talking with those 1st grade teachers, that the reading level of those students is certainly above where it's been in the past for EL students and things. So we're excited about that. That's great because it's a really inexpensive solution to send home. It's $40-some odd, $41, $42 for that. And we're seeing great results. So that's exciting. But what you guys are here to see is mostly with the iPods. And so that grew out of, as I said, taking Crystal down to see the program. But also, here they did a lot of work with Anita Archer. Right? Catherine, you guys did a lot of work with Anita Archer. And Anita Archer always talks about, every child, every time, that ability to have them communicating and answering constantly and missing out on 10,000 opportunities for speaking. And so with, such a large EL population here, about 70%, it's roughly 70% Title I here at the school site. They really felt that the iPod was going to give them that opportunity, and it certainly has. We saw in the test results, just in that 4th, 5th grade classroom last year, that combo classroom, to kind of give you an idea. Going into the year, the students the previous year had tested roughly, the 4th graders had tested during 3rd grade with about 25% of those students at the proficient and advanced level, and everybody else, they had a group of about 50% that were basic, and then a group of 25% that were below basic. Looking what was happening for the 4th graders were testing only at about 10-11% at that proficient level. They didn't have any advanced. They had maybe a percent or two advanced. So only 10-11% at that proficient and advanced. So there was definitely a big drop-off between 3rd grade and 4th grade. We saw the percent of basic decrease from 50 down to 47, and then the alarming thing was that we saw that basic group, or that below basic group rather, grew, and the far below basic group grew as well. So by 5th grade, we were looking at about 40% of the students or so, 35, 37%, were testing below or far below, and so that was certainly a cause of concern for us. And then we put the iPods in. They worked with Kristen, and last year's test results for that same group of students, they had, gosh, I wish I had it right in front of me because it's an amazing chart to show. In science, math, and language arts, the lowest percentage was 95% of the students testing proficient or advanced, with 5% testing basic. The highest, I believe, was it math, with 3% at basic and 97% at either proficient or advanced.